Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. I'm going to do something this morning that I very rarely do on here, and that's make a video just strictly on politics. I know some of you are like, what are you talking about? You talk about politics all the time. No, I talk about events that are happening and occasionally a political figure or entity that may be involved in them, but I don't really get into the politics, and the reason is I'm one of those rare unicorns that a very long time ago, probably 20 years ago, I realized that the political system is long since been broken. And it's all a big scam. It just is. I mean, it's there in place supposedly so the system can function, but it's all a big scam. And the Congress may be one of the worst ones. It's about the party, and it's about staying in power, and it's about, getting your bread buttered and all this kind of stuff. It's disgusting. And I've lost all faith and hope that the political system and that either political party has any hope of making any change. And I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. They're both, in my opinion, equally as corrupt, maybe in different ways, but certainly equally corrupt. But I thought that this one was worthy of talking about because I think there could be more going on. Now, I'm saying this from, yes, a position of not really focusing a lot on politics, but that doesn't mean I've never experienced politics. Many years ago, I ran for office. I have been involved in third-party politics. I have known many well-known politicians. I have been to my own state capital many times and been involved in some of the back workings of bills and stuff like that. So I do know the system. I know the process, okay? So it's about this McCarthy thing and getting him kicked out. That's historic, never happened before. And I know a lot of conservatives are excited. The guy's slimy. The guy was was a liar. He went back on his word. He was most definitely a rhino. But many on the inside say he's probably ruled as Speaker of the House as one of the more conservative ruling speakers. But the thing is, before everyone gets excited, number one, is it really going to change anything? I mean, do you really think it's going to actually change anything? I mean, I can put a lot of faith and hope in things, but Congress changing is one of the few that I just can't at all. Anyways, here's something that we should be focused on about this. Instead of just blindly being excited that he's no longer Speaker of the House because he's been running the show as a big rhino, claiming that all this stuff was going to be done and all these things he could have done, and he didn't do any of them, and they've just about been the most inactive and unresponsive and no pulse Congresses that we've had in a while. The Republicans did not vote this guy out. It was the Democrats. The Democrats voted him out. Yes, there were 8 Republicans that sided with the Democrats, but this is in large part a Democrat move. Maybe Matt Gaetz led it. Maybe his little band of, I guess you could call them conservatives. I mean, I don't know. I don't put a lot of faith in any of them, even individually, but let's just, for the sake of the argument, say that. They sided with the Democrats to get McCarthy out. Do you really think that the Democrat Party, run by the Obamas and maybe even Hillary Clinton, do you think that they would allow this? Because I assure you something this big, never been done in history, that major event, and the fact that it happened so quickly. I mean, I've never seen anything happen this quickly in Congress. I mean, within just a few days, it was mentioned that he was going to propose this bill, and then boom, he's out. Do you think anything on this level in Congress, where all of the Democrats are involved, was done without any kind of approval from Obama or Clinton or Biden or any of them? I don't think so. They are the heads of the party, and the Democrats voted party line. So I assure you that anything that was done by them was approved by their higher ups. Now, you have to ask the question, cui bono, who benefits? Who benefits, and how is the Democrat Party going to benefit from this? I don't have the direct answer to that, but I can assure you it's not good. I mean, if they think that they're certainly not voting against McCarthy because he's too conservative, or that he's actually been in line with Democrats in a lot of things, at least in his negotiations behind the deals. He's tried to come to some middle ground. I suspect that this is more than meets the eye, like with most things in American politics, and that it's very possible that whoever gets put into place is going to be far worse. Do you really think? I mean, if there's only 8 Republicans that voted to get McCarthy out, do you really think they're going to be able to come up with the votes to get a truly conservative, real solid conservative in office as the speaker? No. I mean, it's been proposed to vote Donald Trump in. There is no way that they're going to allow Donald Trump. You cannot convince me that they can garner enough votes in that building to get Donald Trump in, which also, as a side note, shows how, he doesn't have quite the power that he probably once did or maybe ever did. And it's also showing the true colors of the people in office. I'm telling you, I don't think that this is that big of a victory. It's an upset for sure. It's shocking. It's probably a big distraction, especially happening right before the October 4th emergency alert thing. Who knows, folks? Who knows? I think it's supposed to happen around 1:30 Central Time this afternoon. If you think that there's anything to it, yeah, you might want to put your phone and other things and objects, but, maybe not. I'm not saying anything's going to happen. I've said all along it's probably going to be a big nothing burger, but it doesn't hurt to prepare. But it does seem strange that this happened so quickly right before this. I suspect there's a whole lot more going on. Maybe nothing is, but I'm certainly not convinced they're just going to get him out and get some ardent conservative, Ron Paul in as Speaker of the House. I mean, I would much rather have him in as Speaker of the House than Donald Trump myself, but he wouldn't do it. I already asked him if he would run again in politics, and he says no. Anyways, there's more to this, okay? You're not going to get the entire Democrat Party, the entire Democrat delegation to side with 8 supposedly ardent conservatives and complete opposites of the Democrats, and there not be something going on. I mean, on the surface, McCarthy seemed to be benefiting the Democrat Party. I mean, he was caving in to most of their demands when it came right down to the line. So why would they be doing this? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They want to vote him out so that they can get a more conservative Speaker of the House in? Not likely. I'd say that there's something else going on, and we should probably keep our eyes tuned to that, whether it's a distraction or that this is moving the ball further down the field in a big globalist takeover collapse sense, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards. We need to be getting ready for it because, and when I say ready for it, I know many of you, I see the comments, I've been stocking up on food. Yes, that's part of getting ready. But when I'm talking about this kind of stuff and I say you need to be getting ready for it, I'm talking about up here, folks. Up here. That we can psych ourselves up and get ready for the battle that's about to ensue. Hard times are coming, and we need to get ready for it. We've heard all these things about the storm and the dark winter, and winter is coming. It is. It's coming at us. It's been coming at us for 3 or 4 years now. It's not coming at us in massive tsunamis so that it's more obvious, but it's definitely waves are crashing in on the shore. And we need to be getting ready for that because we are losing the battle as traditional, God-fearing and believing conservative people. And there's becoming fewer and fewer of us. We used to believe and be told that we were the silent majority and that most of the country was folks like you and I. I'm not so sure that's the case anymore. We're seeing more and more people that, while they may still call themselves conservative, are weakening and bending the knee to some really major issues. If you look at the polling, the statistics, things like, pro-life and, you know, not for all this transgender stuff are not getting as high numbers as they used to. Folks like you and I are becoming less and less, and we have to stand our ground and we have to get ourselves prepared, because these issues that we speak of are only going to get worse. And I think personally that this whole McCarthy thing is just going to make things worse in the long run. There's a plan, I assure you. Someone somewhere has strategized a big old plan that if we move this chess piece out, we'll be able, at least at some point down the line, to move this chess piece in. And don't be so quick to just, yay, because it's still the same people in office. There's still apparently only 8 really conservatives, and all the rest are left-leaning rhinos and Democrats. So not really a lot has changed at this point. I mean, if they get a Ron Paul, I'd even settle for a Rand Paul. I don't know if Donald Trump, I mean, he wouldn't take it, but I don't know that he would, whatever. Unless someone like that gets in a Speaker of the House, I'm pretty convinced that it's all just a ruse to get to someplace else. Even the guy that they put in as the temporary House Speaker, while yeah, he kicked Nancy Pelosi out of her Speaker's House office, did you know that she's still been in the Speaker of the House's office and refused to leave, even though McCarthy's been Speaker of the House? So this new temporary guy kicked her out. But if you look at his voting record, he's more rhino about things like Ukraine than McCarthy is. So I'm just not convinced that this is a big win for the conservative right. There's too many Democrats involved that tells me that they probably have some big nefarious plan to move something around or move someone in at a future date. It's time to get our houses in order, folks, and to prepare ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.